Hey guys, Jared here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Shinobido 2 Revenge of Zen. Not really too much to say, so let's just jump right on into this. It was made by Acquire, which was the original developer behind Tenchu, which was actually a fantastic stealth action game on the original PlayStation. But something happened here, because this game is anything but awesome. I've purposely shown you gameplay where I'm situated around a bunch of different ninjas, and I did this for a purpose, so you can see just how wonky the battle system is. You'll see that, like, suddenly I just start looking at walls and all kinds of weird stuff, and no, that's not me doing that. But let's just jump on in, as we always do, with some of the good features of the game. Well, before you start any mission, and the game is broken down into basically hundreds and hundreds of missions, as you'll see, you just select the one you want to go to, and that's pretty well it. But what's kind of cool is, as you can see, you have a lot of variety in what you can do. You can make new tools, different special items, things like that. You also have a great way of interacting with the story and just determining which new missions you want to take, and also some nifty near trading that you can take part in. So, you know, those things works pretty good, not too bad. There's also an interesting gameplay progression system. Basically, after you do, like, say, I don't know, 15 or 20 different missions, you slowly but surely learn different advanced techniques, and by doing special missions and whatever, you can further unlock new, I guess you could say, powers or abilities. Eventually, you'll learn a flight suit ability, which allows you to sort of glide for short periods of time, which is really cool because you can sort of swoop down on enemies for a stealth kill, which is kind of neat. I already mentioned the Alchemy system, but it works really well. Like I said, you can make all kinds of different gadgets and items like smoke grenades, bombs, and healing items. And it's also a very portable friendly game. While there's a lot of loading screens, they're very quick and they don't last too long, and the missions themselves are very, very quick. Now, that's about the only good stuff I gotta say about this. You might be a huge fan, but I was not. I found the overall story to just be lacking. It's about 3 warring factions and how these 8 mysterious mirrors need to be collected in order for our hero to get his revenge. That's about it. And it really doesn't get much deeper or that much interesting as it goes along. I found the graphical presentation to be quite nice, but I found there's also a huge lack in variety of environments. As you progress in the game, you can select, you know, a whole wide assortment of different missions, but like every single one of them takes part in the same area or a combination of the same areas, and it's just it just gets really, really tiresome after a short period of time. There's also jaggies galore. You probably won't see it in this video, but as I was compiling footage, there were more than a few scenes where if you walk too close up to, say, a different texture or something like that, you'll see jaggies just exploding everywhere. And now the bad. Here we go. There are consequences for your actions. So remember, there's 3 different factions here, right? So if you partake in, say, Faction A's missions, it will slowly take away from Faction B and C, or whatever, okay? But the thing is that it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's like, who cares? It's all you're doing here is trying to unlock different goodies, like, say, different skills or abilities and what have you, but there's just no consequences. It just doesn't matter what your actions are. So, for example, you might kidnap someone from Faction A only to do a rescue type of mission in Faction B right after. You know what I mean? Like, it's really odd. And as I'm saying here, I've been repeating the same stuff over and over again, and that's pretty well this game's biggest problems. From the environments to just the general gameplay and the bland enemies, it all piles into one big jumbled mess after a very short period of time, and I just found it to be overly repetitive within the first 20 or 30 minutes. Now imagine hours in. The artificial length is also annoying. What I mean by that is, this is not really a long game. It's made to appear longer by making your character level up so slow. And you can unlock a secondary character later on, and again, it's ridiculous how long it takes you to slowly improve your different stats. I also found there's a very clumsy hit detection, physics, and just overall gameplay. Just take a look around. As I'm swooping in and out here and fighting enemies, it looks seriously like I'm blinded, and I'm holding the left button, which locks on to the closest enemy so that you can easily attack them. Well, yeah, easily attack my butt. It works pretty good, okay, I won't lie. It works pretty good for the most part when you're one-on-one. But once you start getting more enemies involved, and I purposely did this. Remember, this is a stealth action game, but there are scenes where you're thrust into action like this, and unless you start using, explosives and things like that, there's just no way out of this because the gameplay just doesn't support it. The voice acting is laughably bad. There's zero emotion when people are killed. They just do their, little screams, and that's pretty well it. And unfortunately, for what's offered here, it's simply not worth the full retail price. But by far, the worst aspect of the entire game is the AI. It just lacks intelligence, simple as that. 90% of the enemies you can almost run right in front of. You'll actually see me in this video. I kill like a guy right in front of a group of people and they don't even react. And that's bad in every sense of the word. Now, I mean, maybe you're a huge fan of Acquire, and maybe you guys can, find some redeeming qualities in here. And if you can, power to you. But unfortunately, this is one game that I can easily not recommend to anyone who has a PlayStation Vita. There's just barely any redeeming qualities that I could find here. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'm kind of curious to hear what you have to say, so by all means, leave a comment, and as always, subscribe and like the video. It goes a long way, and as always, thanks for your continued support, and be back soon.